Hello, I'm Sarah from Shady and the Lamp, and today we're going to be making an Irish linen drum lampshade using one of our lampshade making kits. So let's take a look inside our kit. So firstly we have our pre-cut PVC panel. This panel is going to make a drum lampshade that is a 30 centimetre diameter. This is a really good size for table lamps. Then we also have our ring set. This is called our ring, and this is our utility ring. We have our double-sided adhesive tape. We have what we call a tucking tool. For our US customers, or for anybody with a US lamp base, we have these two little reducer clips included. And how these work is you just pop them in on either side of your gimbal. This is what we call a gimbal. And this will allow this shade to fit onto a US style lamp base. We have a piece of beautiful Irish linen fabric. This is ready to go. And then lastly, we have our instructions. This is a nice thorough instructional, and this will help guide you all the way through your lampshade making. As you can see, I've unrolled my piece of Irish linen. It's often a good idea to give your fabric another press or iron before starting, just to make sure there aren't any wrinkles left in the fabric. I've also placed this on top of a cutting mat to prevent anything from slipping or moving too much. So as you can see, I've placed my PVC panel on top of my Irish linen fabric, and I've pulled back the release paper. We're going to do this in small amounts. We don't like to pull the release paper or too much of the release paper in one go. So bit by bit, we're going to press it down. If you find that your roll of PVC keeps rolling back the way mine is now, I'd suggest unrolling it the night before and weighting it down. This will make it easier to work with. So we're pressing that down, and we're going to make sure that everything is nice and smooth on the face. So we want to make sure that we leave a 1 centimetre overlap of fabric on one side and no fabric on the other side. A nice clean cut, just the PVC. We're now going to take our scissors and we're going to trim away the excess fabric on what will become the top and the bottom of the lampshade. Again, if I had unrolled my PVC panel the night before, this wouldn't be rolling back on me as much as it is right now, and it would be easier to work with. Same again on the other side. Here I am bending and encouraging the kiss cuts. We're trying to crack that PVC a little bit straight on that line in order to be able to free or release that strip of PVC, leaving the fabric behind. We're going to do this a little slowly. We're trying to make sure that threads from the fabric aren't picked up. Same on the other side. A little crack at the beginning, just to encourage it, and pull that strip along. As you can see, I've just pulled a little bit of threads with it, so not to worry, this can happen. Don't keep pulling, but cut your threads. Another one. Let's give that a cut instead of pulling it. Our panel is looking good. As you can see, we have one raw edge and one edge with our 1 centimetre fabric seam allowance. So we are going to put our self-adhesive tape and we're going to place it on the PVC, directly on top of the PVC and straight down. We're now going to release that backing plastic that's on the tape. And we're going to fold over that seam allowance of fabric, nice and gently, so that we get a lovely smooth edge finish. another piece of self-adhesive tape. This time this is going to go directly on top of the fabric. This is what's going to seal the back of our lampshade. Give that a nice press. And then we can release the plastic backing on that now also. We're ready for our ring sets. So we are going to take our self-adhesive tape again. We're going to place this on the outer part of the metal ring. Trying to place it as centrally as you can, but don't overthink it. All the way around. And then we're going to press it in and around the ring set again. So you're almost folding it over on top and bottom. And press that around until it's nice and snug. We're going to repeat on the other ring. Exactly the same on the outside, covering the outer part of the metal. And we're going to press this in again so that it's nice and snug. Here's our panel ready to go. So I'm now going to release the backing plastic that is on the tape on the utility ring. So we're going to take the plastic backing off, leaving the nice adhesive part of the tape on the ring. We'll pop that down while we do the same to the top ring or the bottom ring, depending on what way you're going to face your lampshade. Release that plastic backing. And now it's time to roll. So we're going to place our ring directly on top of the PVC, not on top of the fabric. Pick up your utility ring, always with the utility facing inwards. We don't want to see that on the outside when the lampshade is finished. And we are going to start rolling. You can always do a little side to side. We're going to continue rolling. Take your time, making sure that the rings stay on the PVC and that they don't wander off on top of the fabric. We're going to keep going until we're happy that everything is lining up. And we're going to press that closed. So now you can see your lampshade is really starting to take shape. What we want to do here is we want to come around to where the fabric is overlapping at the beginning and at the end, essentially, of your tucking journey. So we want to take away a small piece of the fabric that's on the inside. This just allows for nice smooth edges when the lampshade is finished. So we're going to take away a small piece and we're going to do the same on the other side. Now, time for the tucking. So I like to work in 5 to 10 centimetre increments. I push my fabric over. I'm mindful of where my hands are being placed on the lampshade. I don't want to put too much weight on top of the shade. I'm going to take my tucking tool and I'm going to start pushing that fabric in behind the metal ring. So take your time. It's fine if this starts cracking and snapping and making any sounds. That's a good sign. We want to really force that fabric in behind the metal ring, adhesing it to the adhesive tape that's inside. So we're tucking everything in, all the little strands, every piece of visible fabric is going to be pushed right in behind that metal ring. If you find that it's starting to bend, you can always snip your tucking tool a little bit. This helps to strengthen it or just reinforce it a little bit for you. Again, folding my fabric over and in with my tucking tool and really pushing the fabric in behind the metal ring. The reason I pull the fabric behind first like this is just to help to give a smooth edge. It's all about smooth edges in the world of making lampshades. So keep tucking. This can take time, it takes practice. I have a piece of thread there that's come loose. We always cut that. Again, we don't pull threads, just in case it causes the fabric to run. So we're almost there on one side. We keep on tucking. And then finally at the edge, we want to make sure that we fold everything in a nice beautiful edge. Get those last threads in. And there we have it, that's one side done. We're going to go to the opposite side. And here, of course, we have struts. So what we want to do is we want to snip the fabric, just the fabric, into the strut so that we can fold the fabric on either side of the strut. And the same again, our trusty tucking tool, and back in. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Tuck all of the fabric in behind your ring. You can see that my tucking tool is starting to weaken a little bit, so I've reinforced it by making it smaller, by cutting more off. You're going to tuck your fabric in behind the strut, the exact same. We keep tucking, and the same when we come to the next strut, the exact same, we just snip into the fabric, not touching the PVC, and wrapping the fabric around the strut, and we're going to tuck that fabric in behind it. Making sure we tuck all of the threads. If we can't tuck it, we'll cut it. That's the last strut. And we continue tucking. And we're on to the final piece, making sure that all the fabric is pulled over nicely, and we're going to tuck in that final closing piece. And we go back around again just to make sure that we've every last piece of fabric tucked in. When we get to the struts, if there is a loose thread, we just trim that away. Another loose thread, just trim it away. And the other side, just to make sure every last piece of fabric is tucked in behind the metal ring. And there we have it, our own beautifully finished, handmade Irish linen drum lampshade. So I really hope you've enjoyed the experience. If you would like to join us for another tutorial again in the future, we would absolutely love to.